Okay.
Hello everybody, Baruch Hashem, here we are. This shiur is also going to be for Gilun Yishmat Pinchas, Refuah ben Simcha. And today, we're going to talk about the aspect of the Zohar and the Chokli said, Parshat Todot. But before we get to that, I want to mention something from last week's Parsha, which the lesson that we take from this is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling how the Torah speaks to us. And it's not just in a storybook, Chas v'shalom, some people want to say. This is Torah Haim. Why we call the Torah Haim? Because it's live. Everything is live, coming out of this book into your mind and into your heart. You just have to open your mind and your heart and see what Hashem wants to tell us. Avram Avinu, last week's Parsha, Chayei Sarah comes to bury his dear wife, Sarai Menu, after 127 years. And he comes and tells the people of the place, Hebron over there, they were called Chitim, Ger v'tashov anochi imachem. You know, we read this pasuk and we move on, you know, but if you put our focus on the pasuk, it's a big stira, contradiction in terms. I'm a ger v'toshav imachem. Translated, ger means I'm a stranger amongst you. I'm a stranger amongst you. I'm a Jew in a city of Goyim, non-Jews. Okay. Next word, but there's a contradiction. V'toshav. I'm a resident. I'm amongst you. I'm part of you. I'm one of you. Decide, Avram Avinu, are you a ger, stranger, or are you a toshav? Are you a resident? And what are the people of the place telling? Nasi Elokim Ata B'tochenu. We respect you like a prince of God. You are number one in our eyes. You're not a ger, you're a toshav. You're one of us. Okay, let's move on a little bit. Avram Avinu says, if you may, please talk to Ephron. I want a piece of land to buy to bury my dead. But a private land. What are the people saying in the city? Why do you want to bury your dead in a private plot? Come to our cemetery. Take the best plot in our cemetery. We'll give it to you. Nasi Elokim Ata B'tochenu. You're a prince among us. You get to choose first. It's all yours. And for free. Avram Avinu says, no. I want my own place. I want my own place. I don't want to bury my dead over there. Very strange, this pasuk. And unfortunately, I never thought about it until I heard about this Shabbat from Rav Ehud Shraga. This seemingly contradiction. What is God trying to tell us? Through Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu is coming to tell us, our forefather, as a Jew in this world, we have to be a ger on one hand, a stranger amongst the Goyim, and also a toshav. Also be a good citizen, a law-abiding citizen. As long as it's not hurting your way of thinking, it's not going against the Torah, you're a law-abiding citizen. But you have to understand that you're also a stranger. You cannot do whatever the non-Jews do. You could learn from their goodness, chokhmah, bagoim, ta'amin. You could learn from them, whatever it is. But when it comes to, let's say, for example, marrying outside of being Jewish, it's asur. And you can't be buried in a non-Jewish cemetery either. There are differences among us, Avram Avinu says. Oh, but we treat you like a king. Come be with us. Chill with us. Come to our parties. Be one of us. No! Avram Avinu says, no. I'm not one of you. I want my own burial place. Not amongst you, even if you give me the best. Ger v'toshav anochi. This idea also finds meaning when we talk about the Bikurim. If you remember, in the book of Devarim, we talked about the mitzvah of Bikurim. Parshat Kitavo. When there's a mitzvah that the Jewish people coming from all over Eretz Yisrael, the first fruits they have to bring into the Beit HaMikdash. as a thank you offering to Hashem, and then they could eat their hard worked for fruits after 4 years. But the Mishnah describes a very strange phenomenon. When the people are coming to Yerushalayim, all the people of Yerushalayim have to stop their working. They have to come out, and they have to invite all the people in and saying, come, come. And the words that they use is Baruch vo'echa l'Yerushalayim mimakom ploni. You're welcome to the city of Yerushalayim. You, from the city of wherever you're coming from. Sfat, Hebron, Afula. Meaning, you mention Yerushalayim, but you're also mentioning the place it's coming from. What's going on over here? Why are you either say come to Yerushalayim and don't mention this guy's place, or say Baruch haba from Sfat. Why are you mentioning Yerushalayim? Same idea of Ger v'Toshav. We're inviting you to Yerushalayim to get the holiness into your veins, in your body. The fact that you come to Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim is a place where the holiness is in a higher level. Anybody who comes and sees the Beit HaMikdash, just by seeing the Kohen Gadol, he's just so moved he wants to do Teshuvah. You don't have that in Afula. You don't have that in Beersheba. But don't forget where you're coming from either. Mimakom ploni. When you come to Yerushalayim, make sure you bring your good stuff also. People of Beersheba has something good about them that we don't have. People of Sfat, people of Hebron, Tiberia. Teach us also. We want to learn from you. But keep your own identity. You're a ger and a toshav. Meaning, a person, a Jewish person, specifically, has to learn the goodness of everything. Let's say, even from the Germans. We have a bad memory of the Germans. Holocaust, Nazis, what have you. But what about the fact that they're always on time? Everything specific, time is time. That we could learn. Come to Tefillah on time. You made a meeting with somebody. Don't say, I'll be there in 5 minutes and you're an hour away. Stealing the guy's time. You could learn from everybody. But don't forget, you also have to be a toshav. You have to be a ger. You have to be a ger. See where you're coming from. You don't have to make yourself become something you're not, especially when it comes to the non-Jewish ways, especially when it comes to the things that are going on in this world today. You don't have to be an Einstein genius to look around and see what you shouldn't be learning from. All the disgusting things that are out there, all the things I don't want to talk about here right now. Those things you have to learn from Abraham and say, hello, I'm not part of you. I don't want to beg your plot with you. I don't want to come to your parties. I don't want to use your internet. I'm never going to become you. Because yes, you're right. I am a Nasi Elohim. I represent God. I am the ambassador of God in this world. And if I'm going to be that, I have to live like a prince. You can't be a Queen Elizabeth and go eat in your local McDonald's. Lehavdil. You can't say that you're the son of the living God and go party with you know who. Have some dignity. Avram Avinu. Ha'ivri. Everybody's on this side and he's on this side. But everybody's learning from him. They call him a Nasi Elohim. And he's also learning from them. The good stuff. Law, order, being on time. What have you. But don't forget that you're a Jew. And with that comes responsibility. That's what we learn from Avraham Avinu. That's last week's parsha. Coming to this week's parsha, you want to talk about the famous twins. Sons of Isaac Avinu. Yaakov and Esau. Jacob and Esau. Seesaw. That the Chazal tells us whenever one is up, the other one is down. It's like a seesaw. You can't have it both ways. Why? What happened? They're both from the same parents. They come from the same womb. Why is one taking a right turn and the other one is going left? That's it. ויתססו הבנים בקרבה, ותאמר, אם כן, למה זה אנוכי? First of all, what's Rivkah worry about? What's the problem? You don't know you have twins in your stomach? Chazal tells us there was no twins till then. And what she was having a problem with is that she would go to walk by Shem and the Evers, the Bet Knesset and Mirosh over there. The baby wants to come out. Wow, Rivkah is so happy. Baruch Hashem, my son is holy from birth. In my stomach already, his sign shows a sign of holiness. And then she's going to Shuk, Machane Yehuda, wants to buy some fruits. Unfortunately, there's a church there. She passes by and then she feels boom, boom, boom. The baby's trying to come out. What's going on over here? Is my baby 1 foot in the base midrash and 1 foot in discotheque? That is the parents' worst fear in life. That her kid is going to be somebody that's bouncing between two lines. Scared of what Eliyahu Navi said on Ar Kamel. Until when are you going to bounce between the Beit Knesset and the discotheque? If Hashem is the God and His Torah, go with Him. If not, take a left turn. There is no middle path. And that's the worry of Rivkah. How could it be that my son is going to go back and forth? It's the biggest fear. Until they tell her, don't worry, it's twins. One of them has a tendency, I'm specifically saying it'll be a tendency to do what's more on the side of the Torah. And one of them has a tendency to make a left turn. Which brings us to the next statement over here. Does that mean that everything is preordained? This guy is going to be a Sadiq and this is going to be a Rasha Chas v'Shalom? No. We already have an expression from the sages. Hakol bidei shamayim chutz mirat shamayim. Everything's in God, in the God's hands. How tall you're going to be, how beautiful you're going to be, how many kids you're going to have, who you're going to marry. That's also based on your decision. Where you're going to live. Smart, less smart. But one thing, no. Yirat shamayim. Your free will to choose between good and evil is up to you. They grew up till the age of 13, 15. They went to the same Beit Midrash, same Cheder. They had the same Rebbe. Everything is good. But one chose to continue to go on the path of the Torah, and the other one chose to make a left turn. Oh, I was born like this, Rabbi. I have a tendency to be like this. I don't think I could do it, Rabbi. It's not for me. That could have been an answer, but there's one problem. It says already in Parshat Bereshit, V'ata timshol bo. I created you. I gave you an evil inclination and a good inclination to overcome tests, because this is a world of making decisions for good or the better. And if you choose to go the other way, it's your problem. Because I rewrote in the Torah, you have no excuses. Atatim shol bo means that you could overcome it if you want. If you chose to be like Jacob and Yaakov Aminu, you could be like him. If you chose to be like Esav, you could also be like them. But don't come to me after 120 and say, Rabbi, Hashem, I was born like this. That answer doesn't go in Judaism. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned at nighttime after doing all the sins and coming next day and repeating his sins because it's forgiven for $100. That's not a Jewish belief. I'm sorry. You could take that to your garbage can in the church that you come from, but that's not the Jewish way. This is a world that we make decisions based on the Torah, and you have to pay the consequences for that. For the good and for the opposite. And if you're going to say, well, what do you mean? Asa from the stomach wanted to come out and go to the church and worship Avodah Zarah. The Pasuk testifies and says, Kula Admoni, It was all red from the beginning. He was chosen to do evil. That's kfirah. Chas v'shalom. Because we have another Admoni. 500 years later, he was also born in the Mazal of Mars, the red planet. He also had a tendency to kill. David HaMelech, Admoni. So much so that Shmuel HaNavi, the prophet only second to Moshe Rabbeinu in the Nevuah, thought, how could this guy be a king? How could Hashem want to choose him? He thought maybe he's an Esav guy. He's also on the path of Esav. He has a tendency to kill. He has a tendency to... But Hashem says no. He's Admoni or Yafeh Enayim. He's got beautiful eyes. Now the Torah wants to talk about the beauty of David HaMelech. This is what the Torah is all about? No. Beautiful eyes means that he knows what Ger V'Toshav is all about. He knows how to get the best out of everybody, to learn from the good and stay away from the evil. To learn from Yaakov Aminu and to stay away from wrongdoings of Esav and Rasha. Yes, he has a tendency to kill, but he's going to use that in order to conduct the battles against the enemies of Hashem. He's going to go to war with Amalek. He's going to use his sword. He's going to shed blood. But that's the blood that is mutar to shed. Amalek, the enemies of Hashem, people who want to come to Jewish people, he gets up as the leader of the Jewish people and kills them. Also, the Gemara talks about a lot of people who were born. No, I was born like this. It's going to be a killer. It's going to be this. No, you have the same tendency like Esav. You want to kill? You want to shed blood? Become a mohel. Circumcise kids. Become a doctor who does surgery. His hands are in blood every day. Or a rabbi who deals with the damanida, who declares which blood is mutar and which blood is not mutar when it comes to laws of family purity. You choose. Atatim sholbo. Don't come to Hashem and say, no, I was born like this. It's your fault. No, it's not his fault. It's your fault. Hashem gave us the guide. He told us to go and learn it. Ubacharta b'chaim. Choose the right path. If you choose not to do that, and you go with all the garbage around, and you learn from this guy to do bad, and let's live, eat and drink for tomorrow. That's it. Now that's Esav. He has no share in the world to come. He lost his share. Oh, you're going to say, Rabbi, Kol Yisrael Yeshaim Chelek L'Olam Haba? Yes, until he loses it. Everybody is born a prince. But he could choose to leave the palace. Lehabdil, like we saw. Prince Harry got up and left the palace. He says, I don't want this. I don't want this. I want to go and become go with a commoner and chill. And not that we have to learn from Prince Harry, but the point is made. We are royalty and we have to live up to that. You have to learn from David HaMelech and not from Esav. From Avraham Avinu and not people that are not like him. Okay? The last thing we want to talk about today. And by the way, this is what the connection to the Zohar that we talked about today. The Zohar brings down Bisot Hashem Darcheish Gam Oivav Yishalem Ito, that a person, he could choose to do right. And if he chooses to do right, even his enemies will come under his hand. Just like David HaMelech, when he went and chose to grab his tendency to kill, to use it for the right direction and kill the enemies of Hashem, so too, all his enemies Hashem gave him in his hand. And that's how we come to the sage's great saying of Derech Shirotzim Lalechet Molichim Oto, and Hashem will help him. Last thing we want to talk about for today is again going with the brothers Yaakov and Esav. Chazal tell us that at the age of 15, when the kids grew up, and Esav chose to go to the shop and buy iPhone and go with internet that is not blocked, and to basically go and do every single sin that he wants, ruining his eyes and becoming like all his friends around. He comes home very tired after doing all the sins, the 5 sins, the major sins that day, killing, raping, etc. Comes home very tired. Says that Yaakov, his brother, is making a lentil soup over there. He's like, what's going on over here? What are you doing? He's like, you didn't hear? Our grandfather passed away, Avraham Avinu. So, the minhag, the custom is to make lentil soup, lentils round, to show that everybody, after 120 years, he has to come and give his whole resume to Hashem to see what he did, what he didn't do. He says, I don't know about these customs. Can you just give me some food? I'm very tired. I'm so tired that I can't even put my hand, take a spoon, and put it in the soup. Just knock it down my throat, Jack. Shove it down. Esav, shove it down my throat. Okay, so what does Yaakov going to say? I'll only give it to you only if you sell me your birthright. Your being a firstborn privilege of being the firstborn. With that comes a lot of privileges. You get to be the Kohen. You get to be the Kohen Gadol. You get to go into the Holy of Holies once a year and talk to Hashem and bring salvation for the Jewish people. Can you sell it to me for a bowl of lentil soups? Yeah! Esav says, what do I care? After 120, he's going to die anyway. What is he needed for? He picks a pasuk from Yeshayahu that the non-Jews say, let's eat and drink, for tomorrow they will die. Let's enjoy this world. Go party, drink, drugs, woman, etc., etc. Who cares about tomorrow? Let's live today, man. Let's do it. Shove it down, Jack. Shove it down. Shove it down. He signs it off. He signs off his Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba. He signs off his destiny for a bottle of Coke, for smoking marijuana, to get one more hit, to get to go one more disco, one more girl. That's it. That's what life is about for Esav. Okay, what does that have to do with us? What are you telling me this for? How many times do we have tests and we also give up our own Torah lifestyles for the moment? How many times our friends have come and told us, let's go and, chill out and party. You know what that means. And you're in the process of doing teshuvah. And you go with it again. Are you going to be like Esav? You're going to sell your future for a bottle of Coke? To say the least? No. We have to follow Yaakov Avinu's way. To be smart. Ezo chacham arora et anolat. Who is smart? The person who sees the consequences of his action. What I'm about to do right now, is it going to hurt me? Or it's going to make Hashem happy? Always ask this question. If you get anything out of this video and out of this shiur, is that always ask yourself a question when you're about to do something. Is this going to make happy Hashem happy? Or is it just going to give me an instant of pleasure and an eternity worth of pain and suffering in hell? And when you answer that question, you know what the answer is. Be smart. Be like Yaakov Avinu. Be like David HaMelech. Be like Avraham Avinu. Be a ger and toshav. Learn from the best, the good things, and move away from the wrong things. And that way, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll have this world and also the world to come. Thank you.